servicing that scale of market must be quite challenging. But yeah, be interesting to hear out how well is technology adopted in the construction sector, and when did this start to happen?
It's very heterogeneous across the country, I'd say. Both technology adoption, the way the civil construction works, even though you might see places like São Paulo, where we live, where the companies are very much looking into technology and investments in these areas and looking for what's the newest and the best way to do things.
And I think that we heard like last month about our countries, and I really like this phrase, we are a country of portfolio, because we had a lot of opportunities here in Brazil.
Hello. Today I'd like to welcome to the Smarter Building podcast Marilia and Diego from FF Solutions in Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Hello, everyone.
Hey there.
Cool. So hopefully today we're going to look at some of the similarities and differences seen in digital construction in Europe versus Brazil. But first, would you both like to tell us a little bit more about yourself? So Marilia.
Thank you. I know that my name is a little bit hard to say, that Marilia, yes, but I'm from Brazil. I'm the CEO of FF Solutions, and we joined Symetri Group in August. And right now I have another hat in my head. So I am the CEO of LATAM. So maybe we are in charge of expanding our way of doing in Brazil, and we are looking after some another regions that is in Latin America.
My name is Diego. I'm currently COO here in FF Solutions as well. And Marilia says that because we know each other for quite a while. We met in college, right?
Since 2008.
Yeah, it's quite a while.
Yeah.
So we took the same college and the same course. So we studied chemical engineering. That's our background. But that led us to many different places, and especially here in FF Solutions with the technology piece of engineering, I guess. So yeah, it's been a great journey so far with Symetri, and we're very excited for the things to come.
And thank you for the invite for the podcast.
Yeah, definitely.
No problem at all, guys. So Formula One weekend this weekend in Sao Paulo. I would just ask you if you were massively into F1, and the response was definitely no. But can you give us any race winner predictions?
I will let you answer this one.
Okay. I don't know all that many. Maybe Max Verstappen. Is he still any good? Because he was, yeah.
Yeah, he's doing pretty well. Could be a winner, but by the time this goes out, everybody will know whether you're right or wrong. So we'll see how it goes. So Marilia, you briefly touched on FF Solutions, but could you give us a bit more information about the company and what you guys do?
Yes, sure. About 30 years right now, right, Diego? So
just turned 30.
Yeah, we just turned 30 this year. So a long journey, right? So yeah, we are 37, and I'm the second generation. So my mother, Edna, founded the company in 1995, and she founded as a proposal to deliver value to the customers. She was a civil engineer, and she had this in mind to have like, okay, I know how to do engineering, but I know how to do technological things. So why don't you join the two parts and deliver solutions for the customers? So we started this in 1995, and we have this value inside our company. So we are solution driven to our customers, and we had 120 people in our team right now.
Yeah.
A lot of customers, more than 2,000,
yep.
Right? And we are spreading in the whole Brazil, driving digital transformation for all the customers in AECO and manufacturing as well. I don't know if you want to add something.
And I guess that's what made us be able to be a part of Symetri as well. So there's a lot of alignment there with the way we did things and what we focused on as a company. And it definitely matches what Symetri is doing and what's looking for. So yeah, it feels like a good match to be here and to continue our work with more of a global reach.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. And I guess for us, this is our first podcast with anyone from South America, let alone Brazil. So I think it'd be really cool just to talk about how the Brazilian economy and how digital construction's been adopted. I sit here over in the UK and doing a little bit of research. I know Brazil is 35 times bigger than the UK. In my head, UK is the center of the universe, but it's tiny compared to what you guys are looking at. 3.5 times more people in Brazil than the UK, and I guess kind of servicing that scale of market must be quite challenging. But yeah, be interesting to hear out. How well is technology adopted in the construction sector, and when did this start to happen?
I guess even though Brazil is very large, as you mentioned, there is a lot of populational density closer to the coast. So it's part of how the country came to be. And but yeah, that definitely poses kind of like a challenge. There's a lot of maybe islands of excellence on some places, but it's very heterogeneous across the country. I'd say both technology adoption, the way the civil construction works, even. So there's a lot of differences in Brazil, as it is with
Yeah.
any continental-sized country like Brazil, U.S. or whatever. So I guess that's a little bit of the challenge. So you might see places like São Paulo, where we live, uh, where the companies are very much looking into technology and investments in these areas and looking for what's the newest and the best way to do things. Whereas there are other parts of Brazil that are more on the lagging side of things, so they're waiting for things to pick up and actually see what they want to go for.
And I think that we heard like last month about our countries, and I really like this phrase. We are a country of portfolio because we had a lot of opportunities here in Brazil. I think I prefer to use instead of challenge or
Okay,
to have opportunities.
good.
Yes, so we have a lot of projects, a lot of interesting things to be done in Brazil.
Mhm.
And in a positive way, I really like to say that we can drive more things in Brazil to improve our maybe lives.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
yeah,
I also see that there's a lot of opportunity everywhere.
yeah.
It's just knowing where they are in the adoption scale, maybe, and figure out what's going to work for them and what they're looking for.
Yeah, I think that we miss it to say about anything about technology things, about adoptions in constructions, and
Uh,
maybe you can help me more
yeah,
with this. Yeah,
I guess one of the biggest drivers here might be something that you guys did really well in the UK. So you have all these public mandates specifying on how BIM, especially technology, should be adopted. You have all this consistency on how to do things, and I think we're picking up on that as well. So we're putting a lot of effort and using your own efforts as inspiration and a reference for ourselves. And that definitely helps a lot because, yeah, it's all these places, so these different backgrounds in here. And how do we make kind of like a clear path on how to move forward? So I guess that's one of the biggest drivers for like technology adoption currently. So we have a public BIM mandate. We changed our public bidding laws to also include BIM, for instance, which is really good and kind of like sets the stage so people, okay, yeah, we have to go to that direction. So how do I do that? What works for me to get there based on where I'm at currently?
when we were talking, I just came in like a movie in my mind. Do you remember when you were doing the masters?
Yeah.
I think you missed this part of saying the masters
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you didn't.
Yeah.
Yes, I think it's important to say that.
Yeah, that might be also be important to mention. Yeah, so I come from a very technical background. So my time here in FF Solutions, most of it was with the professional services team. And during that journey, I took a master's, so since I'm a chemical engineer, I figured, okay, I need to learn more about civil construction industry. So I took a master's in civil construction, especially focused in BIM implementation and BIM adoption. So that was back in 18. And yeah, I learned a lot, and I actually figured out how the government was putting all this work to make these mandates, and what kind of structure was needed for the country to adopt it faster. So I guess that also helped with not only FF's positioning, but also like our customers understanding where they wanted to go and that kind of thing.
Okay, so that's really cool. I mean, in terms of the areas where you see the most adoption, is it general construction driving the change? Is it house building, or is it the infrastructure projects going on there at the moment?
Yeah, I'll say definitely infrastructure is a big driver here. I mean, it's a very large country. We have a lot of infrastructure need, so that definitely is an area of focus on technology adoption. We also see a lot going on in like real estate and manufacturing side as well. They're very big technology adopters, like early adopters even in some cases. So I guess those are one of the big ones. Currently, we do a lot of work with water and wastewater companies as well. Also, a public uh, the creeds, we call it Marco do Saneamento. So it's a mark on how to universalize water and wastewater for the whole country. So that's bringing up a lot of investments, and the timelines are very aggressive on how to get there. So obviously, you need to pick up some technology to help you meet those goals. And both BIM and other technologies as like generative design, GIS, all of those are coming together to support this fast-paced growth that's needed.
And what enforces the BIM standards? Is it the government funding, or is it sort of the contractors the construction companies wanting to be more efficient themselves and sort of the adoption and use?
Yeah, I'll say that the biggest driver is definitely like government enforcement that helps a lot and takes out a lot of the noise of should we or should we not. Obviously, we have a lot of customers that just want to stay ahead of the game, and they'll do it on their own anyway. But yeah, I think it's depends on the type of the company, right? So if the company is already keen to adopt technology and to try to improve the processes and everything, yeah, they were looking at it even before the government said it would be required. But with the requirements now, yeah,
Yes, shifted the customers to go,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not a question of should we, it's how fast do we want to be compliant with that.
Yes, to
Yeah,
be competitive, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
to stay
Yeah.
competitive, right?
And in terms of 2D, 3D, 4D design, what is kind of the percentage of people at each of those stages in
Good
terms of the
question.
design
I
process?
feel like I've been doing this for a while, so I guess when I look back, I remember like early days when I started like 15 years ago. Every other customer, not every other, pretty much every customer I went to, I was kind of like trying to explain what was BIM, how the technology, even just plain 3D, not even BIM, how that could help their processes, could help them be more efficient and that kind of thing. And right now it's that part is pretty much past. I guess there's still a lot of companies that still operate in 2D, but it stopped being a question of okay, is this any good, is this going to help my issues, but more of a okay, how should I go at this, how do I change the way of doing things to adopt this, because this is clearly where everything is going. So I just want to make sure I don't kind of like overreach and then can do things anymore, because I just pull all this technology and put on all these investments, and can't get the returns I was expecting, right? So it's more of a question of how to do it, I guess, rather than is that worth doing scenario.
If you would give a number for this, do you know any percentage of like 3D? I think we are in the middle of 3D to 4D, and I'm not sure, maybe 70% for 3D in Brazil, or
Yeah. Uh, I don't think I could put a finger on it, especially because most of our customers are from the Southeast region, and I guess we are very early adopters of things. So I guess it kind of like contaminates my vision a little bit. We do have a lot of customers from all around Brazil that are doing exceptional job, like a world class BIM use or BIM adoption work. But yeah, I don't think I could put a finger on like a specific percentage. I
Okay.
guess.
I mean, it always amazes me how many people still use AutoCAD as their primary design
Yeah,
tool.
and it works. So
It does work for them. I
Yeah.
guess the only thing I think with those guys is, will we see a second wave of people moving into richer model data because of AI? So now if you throw all your stuff into this richer models, you can get more out the other end. So I do wonder if those guys who thought, it's not really worth moving, I get most of what I need from 2D, will now get more from 3D and begin to adopt, more data rich models so they can get more out of it the other side.
Definitely, I think AI is a big catalyst for that. Even if you're not talking about AI, just the overall opportunities of using like more data centered solutions to decision making, like getting insights on what you're doing. I guess that was a pretty strong driver already, and that is something that's being talked about for a while longer. And then AI just came up, and yeah, you gotta do this. It's not a question anymore. So who was already ahead of their game, as I said, is, I guess, is more prepared to handle that. While AutoCAD still works, yeah, you're even further behind now, I guess.
Yeah, in many ways, it's probably the same as some of our internal systems, right? I look at some of our internal systems and we should have already got the data in good condition. The data should have always been in good condition. But now you think, if I put the data in good condition, we can do some pretty good stuff with it. So it's probably just the same as every organization to a degree.
Yeah, and one of the things that BIM makes you do is to, if you actually want to adopt it and get what you want out of it, yeah, it definitely makes you organize your stuff. You have to standardize more. You have to understand the processes and what you want to get out of it. So if you don't do that, yeah, you're doing 3D modeling, which is pretty cool. But I guess people that understood that the shift was not just on getting 3D model there, but the information that's underlined, they are a step ahead into being able to use AI, and their data will be more organized overall.
And in terms of, as I was just switching sort of point of questioning, in terms of prefabrication and offsite construction, is that something you guys see a lot of in Brazil? I mean, we had a go at it in the UK. Well, full offsite construction, we had a go at it in the UK and seemed to have slowed down and moved more back to prefabricated components and then shipping them to site. But how is that playing out in Brazil? Is it something that's widely adopted?
Yeah, definitely not widely adopted. So civil construction is a very artisanal, maybe, industry still, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have prefab. There are companies that are driving that change. There are options if you wanted to hire a company for prefab. Yeah, you could, but I don't see it still widely adopted. So
We have just like, if I can say, like 3 companies that is starting pushing the market for that, but
Yeah.
it's just a few, right?
it's just a few. Yeah.
Yeah, in the whole country, but I think it's mostly in the south.
hmm
Yeah, we have like 2 or 3 maybe pushing this, but I think this is going to be the future that is not so far from
Yeah.
us right now, because I think we are facing not a I would try to say challenge, because I don't
Mhm.
like to say challenge, but we are facing this with a team. As I don't know, I will try to say in English. I will try to find the right word. You can help me. When you have the people that works in the construction side, they are
Kind of like what you're talking about, their
the
skill, the way they
the
think.
people that they goes there. We are facing a really a problem of having these people work.
Oh, like a shortage of workers. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you for that, for helping me with the language. Yeah, so we are facing this problem. So the construction companies, they are looking at this because they don't have people to work in the construction side.
Okay.
So this is going to be like more frequent discussions and having this type of
Yeah.
things because of this, right?
Which goes back to differences between Brazil and Europe. We had always had this many people in here, like a lot of people. So there were no shortages in workforce. So we kind of like, yeah, let's keep doing things the way we used to.
Yeah.
There's not a big pressure to change. Yeah, you guys suffer a lot more from labor shortage, I guess, than we do. So you were forced to adopt technology faster and first overall.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess that's coming to us as well. It comes to every country, I guess. And
But I think here in Brazil, there's one particular thing because this is happening because of the platforms. Did you heard about this? Because of the apps like Uber and
Uh-huh.
other applications that the people prefers to go there instead of being in the construction side.
okay,
Did you heard about this?
yeah,
Yeah.
not only construction side, but like
Everything.
they're
Yep.
rather a more informal way of working than like a 9 to 5 job, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah, I guess that's a cultural shift overall.
Yeah.
And we've had conversations before about the workforce at FF being sort of a lot younger and
Yeah.
more dynamic. But why do you think that is, and why do you think? Well, first of all, why do you think that is?
Do we look younger? Just on some white hairs in my head, but probably we are looking. But I think we are on. Probably it was because we were on the second generation. It's because of the leadership team that we made, like me and you and the others.
Mhm.
They got like inspired, and we like to have this type of people, like not only younger, because we like to have diversity in our company. So we have people that they are experienced, but we are mostly. And do you remember the age,
The average age?
the average age that we have? It's
Yeah.
37 or 39.
No, I don't think so. I think it's younger.
Younger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's like 30.
Something?
Yeah, 30 something.
Okay.
33.
Yeah.
I'll say.
But the good part of it,
But that keeps changing as
yeah,
well, right? Yeah.
I think it's the energy that we have and the energy that we have to change things. I think we are more like critical, but not critical as the critical just to be critical, but of changing things, of the way of doing. So I think this is the best part of our team, right?
Yeah, I guess so. And as you said, it's a very fast-paced company. It's a very fast-paced environment. Brazil itself is very fast-paced, so it's there's a lot of growth going on.
Yeah.
So yeah, our company is even more fast-paced than that, and I guess that attracts maybe people with like a very high energy and everything. So I guess it makes sense. It could be because of the way we are and how we
Probably.
put things to work in here.
And I think another thing that they like it, maybe we can check it, but I think our growth was really expressive
Mhm.
and brings for them a really good opportunities to grow. So instead of just being fast, I think we have like this opportunity to be a leader or
Mhm.
to grow and to learn more things and to be like part of other projects that they are not like capable of doing in company that they don't have this.
Mm.
And I think this is another thing that they got inspired to be with us, right?
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Imagine now that we're part of Symetri, how
Yeah.
that's going to go.
To be global, right? Yeah. So
Exactly.
that's amazing.
I guess I was going to ask you what the big challenges are and what the big benefits are, but I think you talk about change and quick pace of change. I guess that's good from some aspects, but maybe some of them want to go too quick. Is that the flip side? Is that the challenge with a young, dynamic company, that you want to move too quick, or are you happy to go at that speed?
I think the most challenge is to communicate.
Yeah.
Yes, I think our biggest challenge right now, or just even in the past, we need to focus and to be really close to the team, is to communicate very well. Because when you change, you have to communicate. So you need to ensure that everyone understands. The first thing I think is why we change it.
Mhm.
Because instead of this, it's going to be really harder. And then we have to communicate how it's going to be. So I think it's the most thing that we had in mind is to be like closer to our team, to have this good communication, to be transparent, and to have everyone on the same page, right? I
Yep.
think it's
But
our biggest challenge,
I
and
think you're right.
it's my biggest concern right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would offer another perspective from my own point of view, having like to control my own anxiety as to okay, let's try that a little bit longer, without trying to change it every time. So I guess that's another point, and also again, being a part of Symmetry, I guess that helps. There's like a clearer, more long-term vision,
Yeah.
so it makes us focus on the right things, I guess.
I guess no, I'm not sure. It's gonna really help us.
And again, just to change direction slightly, it's COP30 this week, and that's in the middle of your Amazon rainforest, which I understand they
Yes.
bulldozed a load of to host the event, which was a bit strange. Sustainability must be pretty high on the agenda with some organisations there, and yeah, how does that play into your decision making, and how well adopted is technology to support a sustainable agenda?
You wanna go first and like
Yep.
for the external, and I can tell more about the internal things.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, we're seeing it. It's palpable. The climb it is taken in companies' agendas. So we're still behind, I guess. Europe, especially in that regard, but we do feel like it's becoming higher in the agenda. People are looking for more solutions on it. They are talking more about it, how they're putting it forward to the market, what they're doing both internally and through their buildings, whatever they're building. So yeah, that part is it's possible to notice the difference. I guess what I was just talking about as well. So for instance, water and wastewater is really high in everybody's agenda. And that, I guess, it's a big part of it as well. Not just like, yeah, getting water and wastewater to every house in the country, but also how do we manage our natural resources, that kind of thing. So I guess Brazil is always at the center of the stage when that's being talked about because of the Amazon rainforest, which is um, always in the news. So yeah, COP30, I guess, makes sense to bring it there. I'm actually happy that because that's probably something that would happen closer to the coast. Maybe, as I said, the bigger cities are here, or at least in our capital city. But I'm happy it's there, even though there are some challenges, infrastructure challenges. So it's more opportunity to build stuff for maybe
Yes,
like,
for
but
the
yeah.
but I think it's good for having I think the global looking after the Amazon.
Yep.
Because it's really important for the whole world, not just for Brazil.
Yep.
And we had a lot of not only opportunities there, but we need to take care and to be more aware of the nature, right? So I think it was really important to have this positioning on the COP30s. And I'm on my side, I'm really happy to have this inside the companies, not only for the external things. So we have this way of looking in sustainability here in our company. So I think it's important to have this spread not only in other companies but in our team. So we need to have this conscious. I try to say. I don't know if I picked the right word.
Consciousness.
Yeah, consciousness.
Yeah.
So we have to bring this culture of think about sustainability. So we have this commitment to our team to have these initiatives, to have these trainings, and make everyone to understand more. So we care about our team, and if we care about our team, we are gonna care of our cultural planet or our country. So we start in our company. That's our mission right now. Yes.
I guess that's also a big theme with like entrepreneurs and people that have their own companies here in Brazil. Sometimes we lack like government support or government policy or whatever, but that doesn't stop us from that shouldn't stop us, at least that doesn't stop us, but that shouldn't stop anyone that is able to drive change to do that anyway. So a lot of entrepreneurs take up to themselves. So yeah, I might not have the support I wanted, but I'll take it on my own hands to do my part. I'll do my share, and I might impact 50, 100, 200 people that work in my company in a good way, and that just
Yeah.
follows. Yeah.
It's just like us. Yes, we have a plan for 2030 to have some actions on this side. So we started inside our company. So
Yeah.
I think it's important to have this mindset, right?
Yeah. The plan's for 2030, but we already started. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we've seen companies change their policy because of that change in government. But what you're saying is the companies and the entrepreneurs and the leaders have a responsibility to drive it within their companies rather than just relying on government to support or change the
Yeah.
agenda.
But I would say
That's
that this is because of the leadership. Yes, because here in FF Solutions, we are not just doing because someone just enforces us to be like this. It's because of our purpose on doing business. So I think this is important. As Symmetry has the same. So we need to have this purpose, not because someone just enforces us to do something. So
No, that's really good. My final topic is really digital twins, and I don't know how much you guys are involved in digital twins and what the adoption's like in Brazil, but it'd be really interesting to understand. Do you provide any solutions in that space, or is it more the design and construction stage that you support rather than the ongoing owners?
Yeah. I guess I went in 2022. I went to London for the Digital Construction Week, the
Yep.
event you guys got there. Pretty good event, and I'm bringing that up because it was noticeable that kind of like the topics you were discussing, what was driving the agenda there, it's something that's coming up like now to us. So I guess digital twins is in the agenda now. It's coming up. We still don't have all that many cases on it. Definitely, what the market seeks is a step behind still. Okay, I might have adopted 3D technologies, but I want to standardize it. I want to automate it. I want to integrate the data it's generating. So I guess that one is opening up. Obviously, people know about that. They see things. They go to events and everything, and but they're still focusing on getting that other part straightened before going into that. But yeah, in here in FF Solutions, we definitely need to be more connected with it because we have some customers that are early adopters. So we need to be able to provide guidance and the technology for that. But I wouldn't say it's as widespread as it probably is in the UK currently. And we are definitely, we also different sectors have segments, right? Have very different understandings of what that is, and even technology, both software and hardware, to support what they need. So I'd say for water and wastewater, yeah, they've been doing that for quite a while. They have a lot of IoT and automations, and they're bringing that into the BIM and design components part of it. If you go to oil and gas, yeah, it's in their core business that that's always been like that. But for buildings, for instance, I guess it's becoming more common now to have more automated, more integrated systems within the building to make it operate uh, in a smarter and more sustainable fashion.
Yeah, I think within Britain and Europe, we've not done as well as maybe we advertise ourselves as doing. I think there is a couple of good digital twins in the UK, but there's probably not that many. We spent a long time doing BIM modeling, capturing all the data through design and construction, and then putting it in a drawer when it came to operations. So we put a lot of wasted effort into BIM and not using that data beyond the design and construction phase. So you may have been behind, but you could quite quickly catch up. I think it's we've made a lot of mistakes. So my hope is that people will learn from them and not go through that same process. The amount of times I've been to a company and they've said, yeah, we're just going to audit all our assets in the building. And you said, well, you designed it in Revit. You capture all the information about the assets. And they're like, yeah, but we don't know how to use Revit. So we're just going to audit it and put it into our FM system. And head explodes slightly at that point. So hopefully Brazil can not do that, would be my one hope and piece of advice.
We also tend to be good at that. So looking outwards, see what's working and just like
because the lessons learned.
yeah, lessons learned. So let's take the shortcut to the right decision before making the wrong ones.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. I think that's all I really wanted to cover, unless there's anything else on your mind that you guys wanted to throw into the mix.
I think I do have some,
Yeah.
but it's not like a technical side. I think one thing that is important is to say like Brazil is a really good place to be. So we have a lot of opportunities, not even for the side of construction and building and designing things. I think for the people that we have here, I think we are like not just happy people, but we are just friendly. And another thing that we try to say that we are very flexible on doing things that this is really great. It's just because of our economics goes ups and down, and I think that made us strong, resilient,
Yeah.
and flexible.
Yeah.
And I would invite everyone to know more about our country. And I think the things that is happening in Brazil is really good to have like COP and the Formula and other sports that is coming, because I think we had a lot of opportunity, not just in Brazil, but in Latin America. I think we are really great people to have, and have a beautiful views and places to visit. It's like just an invitation for everyone to know more about our country and our region, right?
That's my LATAM CEO speaking there.
Thank you. But
Yeah,
this is
but
good.
that's-
We need
hey.
to share things. It is.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's
my
not just
experience.
carnival, and we have a beautiful place to visit. We had a lot of things and a lot of things to going on, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So
I agree with everything she said.
okay, thank you, Diego.
That's my experience so far. But I'm still waiting for my invite to Sao Paulo, and hopefully I'll get across there at
You
some
don't
point
need
to see you guys.
any invite.
No,
You are
just turn up.
welcome. Yes.
Cool.
Just show up. We'll figure it out.
Sarah, she's with us, so we have a Sweden teammate right here, and I think she's happy, right?
Yeah.
So
That's so good.
She's doing great, I think.
yes, she loved to be at the soccer.
Yeah,
soccer game.
she went to the soccer game. So yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, cool. Well, we'll wrap things up there on that very positive note, and I look forward to seeing you guys soon. And thanks very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Pleasure to be here.
Yes.